Okay, so today we're doing a day of homeschool. So I've been loving doing these videos every once in a while, picking up the camera, showing you what it's like just being home, schooling the kids. The fact that like every day kind of looks different. So that's what we're doing today. If you do happen to be new here, I'm Kayla and I'm so happy that you are here. I have 3 kids. So I have a 6-year-old daughter, I have a 4-year-old son, and then I have a baby who's over here on the mat. He just is staring at me like I'm a weirdo talking to a camera, which I am. Good morning, bud. Hi. How's it going? Can you say hi? Can you say mama? No? Okay. We actually have a lot going on today. I have people upstairs working on my bathroom because we're doing like a bathroom renovation. So even though there's kind of chaos, we're still gonna try to do a little bit of homeschool today. Big kids have been out here playing. Good morning, guys. What are you doing? So it looks like Riley's been out here playing with her calico critters. You're gonna clean up all of this, right?
I will.
Yeah. But they've been like out here entertained. Jackson's been playing with his Paw Patrols.
I don't know how to make the movie.
Oh, you want to recreate the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, just try with the vehicles. Okay, so let's see. It's 9:15 right now. Normally our mornings look different depending on when Sean is awake, when he takes his first nap. What I like to do is I like to try to wait until Sean does his first nap. That way I can like just focus on the schooling of the big kids, because when he's awake, not that it can't be done, but it's a little bit more difficult, obviously. So lately what the kids have been doing is like the big kids will eat their breakfast, they'll go play outside. We're in Florida, we're in Miami, so lately just, you know, it's hot, but the kids can go outside and play, and they go check on their bugs, like all their bugs that they find. So they do a lot of like outside kind of play in the morning. A couple other things that you should know is right now we are in April. So I'm filming this video in April. Riley has been doing kindergarten this year with me, and Jackson has been doing like a pre-K3 class. Since it's April, like our classes per se, like our curriculum, we're like winding down the school year, is what I'm trying to say. And Riley has actually finished all of her kindergarten workbooks. So I did start some of the first grade stuff with her, but I also don't want to like get too far ahead. So when we start school, I will show you that we're kind of switching gears for the summertime. We're gonna do something a little different, incorporate some other things into her schooling. This right here is our homeschool cabinet, which I did a whole video on. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it down below. I walk you guys through like all of the stuff that's in here and just how we've organized things. I don't even think I have Riley's kindergarten stuff still in here. I have one kindergarten workbook that she's still working through, but all the other ones I put away because she has completed them. I'm gonna take some stuff out, show you a couple things, and then when Sean goes to sleep, we'll actually like get started and you guys will see me doing some lessons with Riley, kind of what we're doing this week. It's gonna look a little different than the last video that I filmed. Here in our curriculum stash, this is, for the most part, we like to use the Good and the Beautiful. So this is the Good and the Beautiful first grade math. So like I said, Riley did the kindergarten one, she finished it. So we've started a little bit of the first grade one, and I still love it. I still think that this is a great curriculum. I just don't want to like, you know, get too far into first grade since she's only in kinder. And then this is also the first grade language arts book, which I'll do another video on when I talk about like all of their first grade and pre-K curriculum picks for next year. But this is what we have been using, but you probably won't see us do it like today in today's video, because like I said, today we're doing something completely different. Okay, it is almost time for Sean's nap and like official lessons. Can you guys tell me what you guys have been like playing out here?
We have been playing Calico Critter, and now we're playing the game where they have to pet the animals and see which one they want the most.
I'm not sure exactly what the whole game entails, but they've been out here playing with water. They're doing just like a lot of pretend play. Like I can't even explain this to you, but they are collecting animals, like little sea animals. So yeah, a lot of their play looks like this, super aesthetics, but they have been entertaining themselves the entire morning with stuff like this. So they do a lot of independent play, which I really do appreciate in this stage of my life. Okay, so it is a little later. It is 10:44 and I am finally getting to sit down with Riley and we're gonna start her school. So the first thing we're gonna do, I don't know if I've shown you guys this before, but we've been starting with her little devotional that has like a quick little biblical devotion for every day, like geared towards preschoolers, geared towards kids. So this is like my way of telling her what day it is. So today is April 18th. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna read this quick little passage, and the topic is on best friends. And then there's a Bible verse, and then there's like a little prayer.
Can I read it, please?
Oh, you wanna read it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that Riley, you wanna say hi?
Hi.
So now that Riley can actually read, sometimes she's in the mood to read it herself, and sometimes she is not, but today she has to read. So you can go ahead and read. I'll help you.
Caitlin and Zoe.
Caitlin and Zoe.
And Zoe are
measuring
themselves. They are best friends. Sometimes they make pictures together, and sometimes they just talk and laugh. There are many things what friends can do together. What do you like to do with your friends? I like to play with them.
Yeah.
And I also like to talk to them and stuff and play Legos.
Oh, very good. Those are good things to do with friends.
God wants you to love. He wants you to care.
No, he wants you to love them.
He wants you to love them and care.
Well, you skipped a line. He wants you to love them. And
be kind to them. He wants you to care about them. What can you do to be kind to your friends? Not to be mad at them. My Bible verse. What?
It says do.
Do is
do
right.
What?
Do what is right to other people. Love being kind to others.
Micah. Chapter 6. Verse 8.
Verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's do our little prayer.
Okay.
My prayer, dear God, my friends are special to me. Loving, and kind is the way I should be.
Very good, Mama. So that's our little devotional. Okay, so yeah, excuse the fact that there's going to be drilling and stuff in the background. This is what it's like today. So we did our devotional. This is the point in the day where we normally do like a math lesson from our Good and the Beautiful book or a language arts lesson from Good and the Beautiful. But today what we're going to do is we are using a little nature, like a nature study, a spring nature study from a company that I like called Treehouse Schoolhouse. And so every once in a while I like to switch things up. We're still learning. We're still allowing for Riley to practice some of those same skills that she would in language arts, but we're doing it in a, in her opinion, funner way because we're learning about different things. So in the spring curriculum, there's like a whole bunch of different topics that she could have picked from. And so I read her the list of topics having to do with nature. And the one that she decided to cover, or the one that she requested to learn about first, was about worms and snails. So I have like a little parent's guide on my phone that walks me through like what it is that we're supposed to do today. So all of this is already done for me. Like I keep telling you guys, it's not like I have to figure out what to say or what to do. This is the kind of thing that everything is just done for me. And I'll go to week 4 in the little teacher's guide, which I could have printed out, but I just have it on my phone to save paper. So it looks like this, and then it tells me like what different activities we are doing each day of the week. Not even sure if you can see that correctly, but it's like a little syllabus, and it tells me what to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some of these activities are the same every day for the entire week. Others are different, but one of the things that's the same is there's a little folk song. So I'm finding the folk song on YouTube, and we're gonna listen to it. So we incorporate some YouTube, some stuff like that, and then
you're going to have to show them the song.
Yes, I can play the whole song because I'll probably get copyrighted on YouTube. This is the lyrics, and she can follow along and kind of read it and like start to follow stuff like that. But she's liked listening to this. You gonna sing it too?
Yes. Lots of worms that I've never found.
I'll bet they're way down there, digging around. Way under the ground.
Okay, so we listened to the song. Now Riley says that she wants to take a look at the lyrics and just sing it by reading the lyrics herself.
Well, there are lots of worms way under the ground. Lots of worms that I've never found. I'll bet they're way down there, digging around, way under the ground. I dug the biggest hole I ever to dig. The biggest hole. It sure was big. And when I got to the bottom, you know what I found? Way under the ground. Down at the bottom of the deep dark hole. But I left him alone, cause he liked his home. Way under the ground.
You sing so good, Mama. Okay, so the next thing we're doing, that was super cute, right? She did so good. But the next thing is there's a folk song. Well, no, we did the folk song. There's a hand rhyme. So there's like a little YouTube channel. I click on the hand rhyme and I'm just trying to remember what it says. We have the words here called Wiggly Wiggly Worm. So it's usually like some kind of like little song or like a rhyme that you use like motions for. So I think I remember it. So it says, under a stone where the earth is firm, I found a wiggly worm. Good morning, little worm.
Good morning, little worm.
How are you today?
How are you today?
But the wiggly worm just wiggled away, and then you put it away. Under a stone
where the earth
is firm,
I found a wiggly worm.
Which one is the worm? The pinky?
Yeah. Good morning, little worm. How are you today? But the wiggly worm just wiggled away.
Bye-bye, worm. That's usually like very short and sweet, but here, like for her, like if your kid obviously doesn't know how to read yet, you read this to them. But I'm at a point where I can incorporate this into like her reading practice, and she's still like practicing her reading even though we're not doing an official language arts lesson. Then there's a poem.
I want to do Mr. Snail.
So there's a little poem, and we've been
Mr.
working
Snail.
on remembering it, so like memorizing the poem. There's also like a little biography that I can read to her about the author, but I've been also working with her on like what is the title of like books, or like in this case a poem. What's the title? Point to me the title, point to me the author, explaining what an author is, explaining what an illustrator is. So these are all things that we can work on too and like refresh our memory on. But for the poem, Mama, let's see if you can remember it, okay?
Okay.
So the poem is called Mr.
Snail
by Celia Warren. Quaint,
and quirky,
never,
quick,
Mother Nature's
glue stick,
hard shell, tacky tail,
glue the garden, Mr. Snail.
Okay, so you ready to try to remember it?
Yes.
Okay, meanwhile, Jackson's over there playing with his cars. So just so you know what he's sometimes doing when Riley's doing school, and then I have other activities for him to do after.
Okay.
Okay,
Quick.
so quaint,
And quirky, never quick, Mother Nature's glue stick, hard shell, tacky tail, glue the garden, Mr. Snail.
Good job, Riley. Okay, I'm actually gonna skip the reading the biography because it's another set of like reference materials that I don't have handy, so that's fine. We're gonna keep things going. We're gonna go over the picture study, Mama. So there's a picture study in all of the weeks. So this one is this one, and again, I'm trying to work with her on telling her like what the title of the picture is, who the illustrator is, and then there's a series of questions. Hey, go sit. And then there's like a series of questions that I can ask her to like promote conversation about the picture. The picture study guide, there's like a whole list of questions here that I can pick from so that she can answer them. All right, so take a look at the picture, Mama. What shapes do you see?
I see an oval, and then I see some circles to the cell.
Nice. If you could jump into this picture, what would you hear?
I would hear nothing.
Why?
Because I don't think I could hear anything from a snail.
No, so it would be kind of quiet?
Yeah, it would be really quiet.
If you could reach your hand into the picture, what would you feel?
I would feel a bunch of snails, but I would actually take one of the snails and pull it out, and then I could bring it back home.
Yeah, but like what textures would you feel? Like how would these snails feel?
I would feel like slimy, and the shell would feel like hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you know, cool fact about snails, you know, on the top of their antennas, their eyes are, they're really tiny. I've noticed them.
Really? Is that true?
It's true.
Okay, cool beans. Oh, that is actually their eyes. I had no idea, but yeah, you were right. Okay, good. That is so fun. Like, she teaches me a lot about animals because that's like the kind of stuff she likes to do is like watch documentaries, and they've been playing with snails outside. So yeah, this is very appropriate. So some of these things like are very quick. Like some of those things don't take a lot of time at all. We're also supposed to like read some kind of book. So we'll do that after. Like some book, they have like a book list, but I could literally find any book having to do with snails and read that.
I have a book about snails upstairs.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you get it in a minute. First, we're going to practice our handwriting again.
No.
I
This
know.
is going to take so long.
This is the part of school that Riley is not the most fond of handwriting, but it is an area that we need to work on. We did this yesterday, so there's just like, it's just like copy work. So here's the poem that we went over, and then she has to work on, you know, copying everything that she sees here. I do want her to work on that today. That's gonna be like the hardest part of her schoolwork, and then we'll get to some more fun stuff, but she does need to work on handwriting. So instead of doing any other workbook, or instead of having her copy other things, like sometimes I'll do Bible verses that I have her copy, which helps her practice her handwriting. But in this case, with the nature study, she's just gonna copy the poem. So let's do that, and then we'll continue. So while Riley's occupied over there doing the copy work, I'm gonna move over to Jackson, and I'm gonna work with him on something completely different from his regular curriculum. We're trying to work on the letter G. So I found a bunch of random free printables on Pinterest that have to do with G. Yesterday, he did this, where there was like a G that came in his curriculum and he put stickers on it. So today, we're gonna do some of these things. I don't know, count the papers. How many papers do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so 6 papers, good job. Now, which one do you wanna work on first? Which one would make you happy to work on? That one?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to color it, or do you want to put stickers? What do you want to do with that? What letter is it, first of all?
J.
What?
J.
It's not J. What letter is it?
G.
G. Can you say G?
I'll color it.
You want to color it? Okay. So we've got some crayons here. You can color it however you want, okay? What sound does G make?
J.
No. G makes G.
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 J. G says G.
G says G. So you can color it. Can we hold our crayon? Like pinch the crayon. There you go. So he's gonna do that, and then we'll move on to some other activities. What color should we do next? What about green?
Green.
Yeah. Oh, you know what green starts with? G.
Yeah, G.
G says.
G.
G says.
G. Green.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll put this color.
You're gonna do light green first?
Yeah.
Okay.
And dark green.
Light green and then dark green. Oh, look, he's been entertained here for a bit. Coloring, which is good. He's practicing his, you know, coloring, like the holding of the pencils. There you go. And what letter is that?
G.
G says?
G.
Good.
G. G. Green.
G, G, green. Good job, Jackson. Which one are we doing next? Which one do you want to do?
Oh, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so G is for
Gumball.
gumball. So you want to put stickers here, or you want to color the gumballs?
I want to color them.
You want to color the gumballs? Yeah?
Yeah, rainbow.
Okay, here you go. You can color the gumballs. Okay, so she's been working on this copy work for almost 13 minutes now. So we are halfway through the poem. Go finish glue stick. So instead of doing the entire poem, we're gonna do half of the poem because I want to move on to the next thing. And I know that Sean is about to wake up because they're doing construction and like he's likely not gonna last long. So I don't want to spend a whole 45 minutes on copy work. So that's, again, for me to kind of, depending on the day, I can pivot. I can say, today we really have time and we really need to work on copy work. Since she did the whole poem yesterday, I have more, you know, I have more leeway as to what I feel like she might need or what is going to be the most, like the best use of our time.
There.
So, perfect. So she worked on that. And she wrote that today. So that is good. So the last thing that I want to work on from the actual nature study itself is we're going to work on the anatomy of a snail.
And the worm?
And first today is snail. Tomorrow will probably be worm. So we've got the anatomy of the snail with all the different body parts, and then she has to write in the body parts. So we're going to talk about them, and then in essence, look, there Sean is waking up. But in talking about these and then having her have to like copy this onto the paper, she's still working on handwriting. So that is fine too. So the anatomy of a snail, Mama, can you read all those parts of the snail? You were right about the eyes, you know that? So we have the tentacle. We have the eyes. Another tentacle.
Mouth.
The mouth. This is called respiratory pore. So that must be like where it breathes in through.
Okay.
We've got the foot. We've got the apex, which is like the middle of the snail shell. And then we've got the actual shell. Okay?
Okay. But after I do this, coloring in this, I know that I have a book about Snail that I got.
Yeah, we'll
in
read the book
library.
after you do this, okay?
Look.
Okay. Riley is here working on the copying, which
What
is good.
This? I don't know what this one's for.
That one looks like, look, there's 2 lines, so it's pointing to the 2 things that are these things.
So I
these
need
things
to
right
put
here.
it like.
So what is that? Yep, that would be the eyes of the snail.
That's what I'm doing too.
Hold on, let's do one more. Look how cool you did your gumball machine. Good job.
I'm pretending that's a gumball.
Oh, you're pretending that one's a gumball too? But good job. What letter is this?
G.
G is for,
Gumball.
and G says,
Go.
awesome. So how about we do either this one, or this one, or this one? Which one would you like to do? This one you have to cut and glue. This one you have to put stickers. And this one you have to trace.
Trace.
You want to trace?
Yeah, because they're not hard.
That's not hard.
But
How about we get stickers and we find all the G's with the stickers? You can do it.
oh yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, one, do it, one,
Okay,
hundred.
let's do that one.
Okay.
Here, let's move this one out of the way.
I want
She already did that one.
100.
Let's get this. Let me get you some stickers, okay? Do you want to pick your stickers? Or you want Mama to pick your stickers?
Circle one.
The circle ones? I don't know if we have any other circle ones. Let me see.
I got it.
Where are they?
Go. So you go.
Oh, right here. Oh, we do have dot stickers. You are correct. Perfect. Let's use one of these first. So these are perfect. Dot stickers are a must. I just didn't know where I had them. Okay, so here you go. You have dot stickers. You find all the G's and you put circles on them, okay?
I'm going to do only the blue ones.
Okay, only the blue ones. So this is helping him with his fine motor skills. Perfect. And then he can look for the G's.
Is that doing?
You're doing great.
Is that G?
So every time that you put one down, say G says G. Okay?
G says go.
G says G. Nice. I like that. G says
G says go, go.
good.
G says go.
G says G. Hey, do you want to sit on your chair? You're kind of low. How about you sit on your chair, buddy? That is one thing with homeschool children. It's like they never want to sit in their chair. So we're trying to work on that. Here you go. I mean, this isn't also like the best elevation. Like it's not like a kiddie desk. This is just like our dining room table where we do school.
And crafts.
And crafts. We do crafts too.
G says go.
Good.
Oh no, I have 2 more. That's that.
You have 2 more, but you have a whole other paper here. So don't worry.
G says go. G says go. G says go, go, go. Have one
Keep
more.
going. Your
G
assignments.
Go. G says go. G says go. And one more to go with. G says go. G says go. G says go, go, go. I'm going to do the light blue now.
Okay.
Because I did all.
How many light blue stickers are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good. Okay, Riley is almost done with her copying.
Go.
I went into the homeschool cabinet and I found some of our books that are more like referencey nature books. And I'm trying to go through all the pages that have to do with snails so that we can like read about it, talk about it. So there's this, there's a couple other pages in that one. I wonder if in here, I think there's something about a snail. I just have to find it. I love these books. And I'll have these linked for you guys if you want to check them out. But we love these like nature books. They're just really, really nice. Was that it? Did I see something? No. Oh, there is a snail here. But I think there's like a whole page. Okay, so I found it. There's a whole page called A Snail Leaves a Trail. So we'll read that as soon as she's done with her copying. Okay, you found all your G's on this paper, so that's good. You want to find the G's here in that little area. You can put stickers there too if you want. He was kind of mad that they all ran out, so he can still put stickers there. Good. And then you can trace. Yeah. Good. And then you can trace the big G and the little G too. So I'm sure you can see like there's a lot of going back and forth. I tell you guys this every time. A lot of times it looks like this, where Jackson's doing something, Riley's doing something else, so I'm like juggling the two of them. There are other days though where Jackson is not really into it, so he's playing. I have one-on-one focus with her, and then like we just switch off. Then later I'll sit down with Jackson, and then Riley's playing or she's doing other things. So my biggest job, I feel like, is just learn how to go with the flow, how to pivot, how to look at our day and figure out where it's gonna make sense for homeschool to fit into it. I'm definitely not the kind of homeschooler where it's like my entire day revolves around homeschool. At this point in their schooling, since it's pre-K 3 and kinder, it's like their schooling revolves around my day, around what we have going on what I have to do with Sean or where I need to be. And so far it's worked like that. I know that's not always going to be the case as their curriculum gets more like intensive, and like if we have to do more hours of school, then we will change. Did you finish that? Now trace the letter G. It's okay. Trace capital G. Pick a fun color and then trace the little g. Okay? Oh, I see a little g. You want to put circles on the little g's? On the lowercase g's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one. So that's just my life. And then stuff like this, like nature studies, and when we do science, typically Jackson's into it also. So he will benefit from listening in on whatever it is that we're doing science related, like reading the books, watching the documentaries. So that's not something that I only do with Riley. That's usually one thing that they tell you about homeschool, is that the main things that they're going to be doing separate is like reading, language arts, math, because they're at different levels. But there's a lot of subjects that you can do like together with whatever age group kids you have. Like if you have little ones, they kind of benefit from listening in on like the older kids stuff. I just try to share like as much insight as I can, like when I do these videos for you guys.
The winter is two dry snails will rotate to the safe.
Well, retreat. Snails will retreat
to the safety of their slimy, moist shells for a little nap. This is called
estivation.
Estivation.
That's a big word.
When the rain stops and the sunshine comes out, the little snail curls into its shell, but not before leaving a trace of its daily journey for a young
Sound it out.
sapure.
Sound it out.
Spotter to find.
Good job. So that was an active snail. He went up the tree, went to the garden path.
Oh, look, snail.
Little snails. Look, he's close to the water. Maybe he likes the water, right?
Yeah, I would pick up that little snail.
And look here in this picture. What do you notice about this picture?
That there's a bunch of more snails and it's raining.
It's raining. Don't you like to look for snails when it's raining?
Yeah, look at all those snails.
Mm-hmm.
That's a slug.
Yeah, you can see. Come see.
A bunch of snails.
Look, you see? It's raining here in this picture. And all the little snails are by the fountain. Is that cool?
What?
Mm-hmm. I love it. Good job. Okay, Jackson, I asked him if he wanted to do this page. I was going to have him like cutting and then gluing, like sorting them. He said later. He said he'll do it later. But he did a lot. He did this page. Like for him, the fact that he sat there and did all of this in one sitting, I feel like his attention span has gotten way better, and I'll take it. Like I'm a happy camper that he did all of this. We worked on the letter, and now he is probably back to playing with his cars. Are you coming to get your cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, give me all the cars. And so this was perfect for him. What letter was this again that you worked on today?
G.
And G says?
Go.
Good. Okay, so surprisingly, Sean is still sleeping. I don't know how, because you can even hear the drilling that is happening. Like, it's just wild. So we are going to, since he's still sleeping, and even if he wakes up, this is something that we can do when Sean is around. We are going to do some reading on the couch. We're gonna switch locations, break things up a bit. So we are going to do some reading. We'll look through like our bookshelf. I'll show you now. We had checked out some library books earlier. So we've got library books, and Riley remembered that she has a library book that has to do with snails. So we'll read this together on the couch. She also asked for a snack. So this is like a perfect way to do snack time, like reading through books. Down here we have our little library of books. These books over here in this section are all books that we've checked out at the library. Some of them are more like picture books. This one I was reading to them the other day. And then we also have more like nonfiction books, National Geographic books, like random books about ducks. That's what the kids like to read. And then these are other books that we just have part of like our collection. So we always like have books to, you know, pick from. In this book, we will look at snails that live in gardens and in the woods. So there's sea snails and there's like regular snails, okay? Snails come in different sizes and colors. Some snails are very small, some are very big. This is a giant African land snail. It can grow to be longer than your foot.
That was the one that you were disgusted with.
Yeah, because that one is gross. Snails have a thick, soft foot that they can pull into their hard shell. The soft foot usually feels damp and slimy. Gross. Snails look much smaller when they are inside their shells. As snails grow, their shells get bigger. So when they get bigger, like their snails just grow, their shells just grow. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. The eggs are white. What is that, Jackson? Snail eggs. These are the moments when I just cannot, when I learn information that I never needed to know in my life. Like, this is what baby snails look like. That is so gross. No, I'm sorry, they're beautiful. I didn't realize that that's what snails look like. Like, those are the eggs, and then this is what they look like. And then as the snails grow, like their shells grow. I don't know why I didn't know this information, but this is just like shocking news to me. Okay, so it is noon, and Sean woke up. He woke up just in time. As soon as we finished that snail book, he woke up. So it's, like I said, it's noon, which means that that's like the end of like our formal lessons. Like, if I only did that today, that was plenty for them. And so the rest of the day is going to look like they're going to play outside for a bit. We'll do lunch. They'll play outside. And then if there's anything else throughout the day that I feel like sharing or thinking that maybe it could be applicable to homeschool, then I will do that for you guys. But so far, it's been a really good day. And I feel like they learned, we worked on skills, but we did it in a little bit of a different way today, which is okay. And definitely something that I like to do, especially in like the summertime or like anytime that we have a break. So that you just kind of break it up a bit. All right, so here's an example of us just playing outside. I'm gonna let Sean splash a little bit. So I'm trying to get the water high enough here. But look, Sean, look, I'm trying to teach him that he can splash in there too.
Let me get a
It's only a matter of time till we start bringing out like the little pool for them. Oh, look, you can show him like some of the creatures, some of the sea creatures.
Now he's really splashed.
Yeah, he'll splash. We're just gonna have fun out here for a little bit. And then he can explore too. Can you feel it?
Yeah. He can't splash it.
That's water. Oh, he touched the other one too. It's like, wait a second. Wait a second.
Look at the tie enough.
Do you like that? This is like a whole new experience for him today. It's something fun for all of us to do together.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's just get it up to this highest height. So he doesn't need.
Obviously, I would not ever leave him out here unsupervised with this much water. But this is like just like fun water play that we can do together. Jackson, don't splash people. Here, look. There's a dolphin. What if there's a dolphin?
The floating thing can go in here, but just not like the heavy thing.
Look, there's a dolphin. What do you want to show him?
Look, I showed him the spiky.
Oh, I bet if you put, will the fish swim?
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work? Okay, so it is 1 o'clock and we are all having lunch. The kids are over here at the table having their lunch. I just put Sean in the bouncer and Riley put on some kind of a show about worms. I think this is Sci Kids, you said? It's a channel on YouTube that has like a whole bunch of science stuff for kids.
You know, worms have little tiny hairs that you can't see.
Really?
Yeah,
is that what you just said?
Bottom. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So yeah, she's talking all about earthworms, and she's just, you know, entertaining the kids while they eat, but they're learning also about worms. We do that a lot over here. We do a lot of just using YouTube or We have Disney Plus, and there's like a whole National Geographic section, so they watch a lot of documentaries. So we're not anti-screen time, even though we have cut back a lot on the amount of screen time that the kids are doing. Like, I would prefer for them to play outside and, you know, do a lot of outside stuff. But we still do have screen time. But then when they are doing screen time, I do prefer that they're, at least part of the time that they're consuming content, that it's something educational like this. So I do see like the benefit, or like how, you know, screen time can be valuable. Like, you think about when we were in school, like I went to public school for a long time, like they used to wheel in the little, you know, TV with the VCR, and like they'd show you a movie about something that you were learning about. Like, it's kind of like the same thing. Like, over lunch they are being educated, but like in a fun way. So they're gonna do that, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. We're doing a little bit of virtual read alouds now. So this is like a story on YouTube about snails. Jackson, what are you doing? Are you listening to the story?
I am.
Okay. So it's a little later. It is 3:45. I wanted to give you guys a quick update because Jackson just had his speech therapy session. So if you guys follow the channel, this is not news, but we have Jackson in speech therapy. But if you are new to the channel, I just wanted to explain that once a week, I have someone who comes to my house to do a 1-hour session with Jackson for speech therapy. So mostly because he struggles a little bit with some of his pronunciation. So we're just trying to work with him one-on-one, and it's just really nice because, number one, it's my cousin who comes. She's a speech therapist, and so she comes over to the house once a week. She does the in-home session, so I don't have to go anywhere, which has been like a huge blessing. So yeah, that's worked out really well for us in this season in life, because he gets like one-on-one attention, and she usually just like brings toys over, and she like, you know, plays with him and works on some of those sounds. So it just so happened that today it fell on today, like for her to come over. And really quick, I did want to mention, I don't think I told you guys in this video, but I don't know if you guys noticed, Riley has like a like on her chin, she's like all scraped up. So fun fact, this week we were actually at a park play date, like with one of our co-op groups. So we have a couple now co-ops that we're attending, and a couple of different groups of other kids that we normally get together with. And we went to the park, and of course, like in homeschool, typical homeschool kid fashion, the kids were all trying to climb this giant tree. And so Riley was up on a branch, and she fell off the branch. So she fell, she face planted, poor thing. She hit her chin, so she's all scraped up there. She scraped up her knee a little bit too. Luckily, it was not worse than that. Like, I was like, she could have really like fallen out of a tree. But it wasn't that bad. But that was just the eventful thing that happened this week. So all of that to say that this week, we have co-op tomorrow, which is like our once a week in a facility, in a classroom setting, like thing that we do. So the kids are like in little classrooms, and they do, it's like for 3 hours. It's not very long, but they do like science, art, and they do Bible history. So that will be tomorrow. And then earlier we did the park play date. So in terms of like socialization and activities, I did want to just like throw out what this week looked like. Some days there's like more activities. Sometimes we do like our nature co-op, where they're out doing like little hiking things. And one time we went to pick strawberries with our friends, and then we made jam, and we were teaching the kids all about like making jam with the strawberries. So it just kind of depends on what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna go supervise the kids. Otherwise, they are gonna get full of dirt because they started playing with some mud. I have to go get Sean, and if anything else interesting happens, I will let you know. All right, guys, so it is a million years later. It is the end of the night. The kids are in bed, and I am beat. So that's actually the end of today's video. The only other thing that I was thinking about maybe filming, but I didn't get around to bringing the camera, was upstairs. Like before bed, most nights we'll read some kind of chapter book. I didn't actually read to the kids today because I'm actually home by myself with the kids right now. I had to do the nighttime routine on my own because Joe had a church meeting. But normally we'll do some kind of chapter book. So like we've been reading like a Nancy Drew's little chapter book. It's like Mystery of the Missing Slipper or something. So the kids actually like when I read them chapter books like that. Sometimes it's Joe reading to them, sometimes it's me. But we'll do some kind of book. And then we've always done prayers, like the typical prayers that we pray. Like we go around praying for something. Each of us, we go around and we take turns praying. But we're also trying to teach Jackson now his like Catholic prayers, like the prayers that we always pray, like the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Guardian Angel prayer. So Riley's known them forever. But with Jackson, we take some special time at night before bed to work with him on those prayers. So it's really all that you missed in terms of what homeschool looked like for us today. Very chill day, but I think that the kids had fun in terms of like just changing things up, doing things a little different. So just to show you that your curriculum doesn't have to be the same all the time. If your kids are like not feeling it, change things up, do school outside, do school in a different room, change the time that you do school. Like there's things that are easy enough that you can do to change things up, so that, I don't know, just re-inspires them, I guess. But that's it. So I'm out of here. Good night. I love your faces. Thanks for watching, you guys. And if you happen to be new, definitely stick around because I'll do more of these, you know, every couple of weeks since it's always kind of changing. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.